Hi, hello. Today we're going to play with a compass. Not the magnetic kind that tells you where north is, but the pointy kind that draws circles. And it's kind of fun. You just put the pointy down, part down, and you just go around it. Oh, mine slides, so make sure you find the pointy section again. And there you have a circle. And there are so many fun artsy things you can do with a circle. But you might be saying, Stacy, I don't have a compass at home. How do I draw circles? Well, you might have an old-fashioned one. I actually had to put tape on this. These tend to slide. And this old-fashioned compass, you might have one that looks like that, where you could slide this back and forth. And like I say, I had to tape it down. And that one draw. See, if you didn't tape it down and it slides on me. There. Got a circle from that. Now, I borrowed from a friend. This is a really fancy one. It can adjust really fast that way, or I can adjust by sliding it this way, and it has some little adjustments. And see, the pointy part's very sharp on this one. So, oh, look at it, it's got red lead in there. So that's a fancy compass. But again, you might be saying, well, I don't have any compass at home. Well, hey, do not fear. This is a compass I made with some Duplo blocks, a couple of pens. Let me see if I can get the pens turned on. And some duct tape. So I'm going to pick brown will be my center point, and the green. Okay. There. So my tape's getting a little wiggly on me, but I can do that the opposite way too. Now the problem with a homemade compass like this is it only has one size. I can't open or close it. I can make circles, but I can't do some of the other fun stuff. And here's another one I made with a pin as your center point, and I'm just going to roll the yarn up for a bit, and zoop. In fact, the pencil on the string compass has been around for a lot longer than some of these others. Let me do this one better. The trick is not to have the length of your string change on you. Sorry. There we go. That was a little weird, but we got it. So you can see you can make some compasses at home. Here's one I tried to make out of toilet paper tube, but it got a little mushy. And I think the Lego worked out better where it stays in one shape. So yes, here are ways to make a compass at home. Oh. Today we're going to learn how to bisect a line segment. But it's going to be a lot more fun than that sounds. I'm actually using my compass, going to draw a circle. And see, there's our center point right there. Draw a line. This is the diameter of the circle. That's the radius is from the center out. The diameter goes all the way across. So radius, diameter. That almost starts to look like a pokeball, doesn't it? But we want to draw a line this way that's exactly in the center and exactly 90-degree angle, perpendicular, like from there. So what we do is, now this is the radius of the thing. We'll go just a little bit larger. And I'll put the pointy bit on the end there and go just a dash, very light. And then we'll do on this side just to light. Oh, there, we didn't quite match there. Boom. And where those meet, we will line up our center point and our cross hatches there. And that line is now perpendicular. Now we want to take this angle and bisect so we have a perfect angle going down that way and a perfect one going that way. So again, we just do a light little cross hatch like that, and then we'll do another one on this side, and then from here and from here. Now I could do another two over there, but it's not really necessary because I have that center point as a reference. As long as you have 2 points of reference, you're good. And I'm just going to draw a shoop. And then I'm going to go from here to here. So I have just divided this circle into 8 parts. And there's a lot of fun you can do with that. Okay, now let's try dividing in a circle into 6 even parts. So once again, we got to start with the circle. Oh, see, I slipped a little bit there, but that's okay. So I'm just there. Okay. Then I'm going to put the mark one spot on the edge, and I'm just going to do hash marks on either side, and then from there hash marks, and then from there, and if I did it right, this guy's, it's a little bit off, just a little. I blame pi for that because pi is an irrational number. So my 6 points along the edge, now I can take my straight edge and draw lines and have 6 evenly spaced segments. Or I'm going to try doing something a little artsy. Each one of those segments there is going to be the beginning of a new circle. So I will put my pointy part there and always go back to that center mark. And if I did it right, it will actually hit with my other points. And then I'm going to hit here. And again, start with my center mark. At this point, you can take your eraser and get, rid of some of those marks. And you want to grab some colored pencils and start having fun with it. Okay, so far we've learned how to draw circles with compasses or homemade compasses. And from there, we learned how to segment it into 8 pieces and into 6 pieces. Now between these 2 bases, there's a lot of really cool artwork you can do. Let's look at the 6-sided one first. I think when I showed you kind of the circles on circles thing, and here I did that, and then I just colored it in. And then here, I just kept doing circles on circles on circles, and I colored dark and then light, and then just the different ways of coloring it. So that was kind of fun. And also with the 6-sided, I did this one. Here, I kind of erased the original circle, And I did another circle inside, and you can see I kind of erased that a little bit. But then I was doing a color grid. I lost my green pencil, so I'm missing a green segment there. But that was from the six-sided. Now you don't have to be all angular. Here, I started with the circle and a circle and a circle there and a circle there. And then I used the circles as my jumping off spot. And I put little ginkgo leaves here and little flower petals there and some vines, and just got artsy and freehand. But I was using the base and the six sides as my jumping off spot. So it's all symmetrical, but it's still freehand. Okay, now let's, here's one more. That was my circle, flower with the circles on circles. So yes, you can do a lot with 6 points. But now let's look at some 8-pointed ones. Let's see. I'm coloring this one. So here I did my 8, and then I did circle on circle, and then I erased different lines and colored it in. I thought that was kind of fun. I got the hot colors and the cool colors. Here's another one where I did a couple circles, drew some lines, and just colored it in differently. Now this is an 8, even though I got 4 segments here and I got 4 segments there, you can see where if I drew the lines out, how it was the 8 dividing. And I'll show you kind of a construction. Here I left a corner of it undone. You can see I've got my little hash marks and my little lineups, and then I color it in and I erase as I go. And then after I've got it colored in and I erase the other parts, then at the very end I take the black marker and do my outline. It's kind of the opposite of a coloring book. The coloring book, you start with the black lines, and here we put the black lines at the very end. So you don't even see all those eraser lines when you're all done. And again, you don't have to stay geometric. Here's another one where I started with a circle and another circle, and I did the 8-point dividing, and then from there I did flower petals. And if you count, it's all 8. It's all based on 8, but I got kind of freehand. You can see they're not perfect. They're not, but flowers in the wild aren't perfect. But having the base of 8 helps me get my symmetry. So there's a lot of different fun art you can do. And you can just, here's some I found online. Some different kids did that. And you can just go crazy with the compass art. And there's no end to it. Just keep drawing circles and color them up and have fun. Thank you.